Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Playlist. It's Friday, so that means it's time for me to share with you guys the games I have been playing during this week. I've been on a huge Xbox One kick lately, especially the last couple months. I've really been investing a lot of time into my Xbox One console as I have, been really building up the library last year, and I want to continue building up the library this year. I'm actually getting close to 200 games now for the console, which is awesome. Got a huge backlog of Xbox One games to play through, and I've just been playing a lot of them. So I got 3 games to share with you guys this week. Of course, I'll let you guys know what my thoughts and opinions are on the games, what I liked about them, if there's something I didn't like about them. I want to also hear what your guys' opinions are on these games, if you had played them before, your thoughts on them. I also want to hear what games you guys have been playing, because you guys do share some awesome games that you're playing. I love reading the details and the titles, and it gives me ideas on games to play. And you guys have definitely piqued my interest in several titles, so I really want to thank you guys so much for sharing the games you guys play with me, because that gives me new ideas on games to play. And I also appreciate if you guys have any recommendations on a game you think I should play. I play for consoles. I play a variety of different consoles, all the way from old 8-bit games, Atari, the old Atari games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all the way through the Xbox One games. So if you guys have a suggestion on a game you think I should check out, please let me know, because you guys always do recommend great titles, and I have a nice little list going on my website, so I appreciate any suggestions you guys have for games to play. So we'll get started here with the first one I got for Xbox One, which I've actually been playing for the last couple of weeks, and that is Mass Effect Andromeda, which I'm so glad that I decided to give this game a try. I try to go sometimes by reviews, but at the same time, I personally have to play a game to see how it is and see if I enjoy it myself, because others might hate the game and I might like it, and it could be the opposite. Someone else might love a game and I play it and I just, that just isn't for me. So I do sometimes have to just, bite the bullet and try out a game and just see how I like it for myself, which is one thing whereas I do like about having a GameFly membership, is I can rent games, and if I like them, then I'll end up buying them, which is great. Of course, sometimes the games have demos, but that's not really big as it used to be in the past. But that was another way I could test out and try out games that I didn't have in my collection. And I'm really happy to say that I'm enjoying Mass Effect Andromeda. And I've heard from a few of my buddies, from like Dean from Escape to Gaming, and my buddy from Cats Games, whatever, have told me about all the development issues and the graphical issues and glitches that this game actually had when it was first launched, and that it was kind of at times sometimes unplayable, that the animations of the characters looked horrible and just looked ugly and just didn't fit right. And I can definitely say that all of that has been fixed now here in 2021 with all the patches, I guess, they released for it. They have actually fixed up this game. And I did hear from my buddy Cats Games that they actually closed the studio down, developers down, that created this Mass Effect Andromeda, just because I guess it wasn't that successful for them, so they, got rid of that. But let me just tell you, though, if you're on the fence about it, give it a try. It's a very cheap game, under $10. You can buy the digital edition of the game, which I did. Actually, it was like normally, I think, $100. It was on sale for $10, had all this extra digital content and stuff on it, and I bought that on the sale, and after I bought this physical copy because I wanted to get the extra content, because I love to have extra content for games. Whenever I get them, I like having the most stuff for it, the most complete edition of it, and for I got that digital one for $10. It's great. I always have this physical copy in my collection, but simply glad to get it. This has a fun, has an interesting story. This actually takes place 600 years after the original Mass Effect trilogy. So the humans and the other alien races decide to leave the Milky Way galaxies, which is our galaxy, and then move on to the Andromeda galaxy and create a new society there, build new worlds and stuff, and expand humans and alien civilizations there. And so in order to do that, they had to create these big colony ships, and they set course for the Andromeda galaxy, and it takes them 600 years to travel there, and all the people that go there are actually in stasis. And once you go there, in cryostasis, they get revived, and they're supposed to work on to building their new societies. And of course, at the beginning of the initiative, they're telling everybody that, oh, we found all these great worlds we call golden worlds, where they're like Earth-like worlds, where they're going to be full of resources and water and plants and life and stuff, and we'll be able to build, and it'll be real fun. We'll be, exploring, and we'll be terraforming everything. And of course, once you actually reach there, you find out that things have changed, and it's not these great golden worlds there. They're actually kind of like ruins and stuff. And of course, if everything went perfectly, wouldn't make a good story and wouldn't be a game to play at all. They just went there, no, hey, look, it's great, let's build it now. So doesn't always work out like they expected, and I did enjoy that from the story. I do let you guys know, though, that for like the first several hours in this game, you actually can't create your own save file. It does have saving checkpoints, but it says, you can't save in like major story stuff. I can't remember the exact wording of it, but it won't let you save until you get to this area called the Nexus, which is like a giant, like, what I call, like a giant, like, orbital ship world type thing. And that's when you actually get to finally start manually saving. So for me, I think it took me about 5 hours to get there, but I was doing everything, exploring everything, and I take my time when I play these games too. I don't rush through them. I know some people just kind of like breeze through this story and they beat it really fast. I like to take my time and explore stuff, and so that's what I did. And eventually, though, once you get to the game, really opens up because you actually get your own ship, and by using that ship, you can start exploring the galaxy and go to other worlds and galaxy areas in the galaxy and check out different planets and stuff. And that's when the game really opens up and expands. So you really got to get through that initial, like, prologue of the story of you waking up and your character and everything. Now, I really like the fact you actually have a choice. You can play as one of two different writers, which is based off the family of writers. You have their father, Alec Ryder, who you don't play as, but he's an NPC and has a, place through, is in the story with you. But you get to play as either his son or his daughter, and they're actually twins. And what I liked is you can actually decide to create your own character. You can change their facial, the face. You can change the hair, skin color, eye color, all that kind of stuff, the jaw and everything, and make the character look however you want to. And then you can also design your sister, or if you play as the brother, you can design both the characters to look however you want to. You could actually make them look different if you wanted to, which is actually interesting. And then you can make the your father look similar to your created character so that they actually look similar, or you can make them look different if you want to. So I thought that was a really neat thing that they did for the game. I created a character that I like, and I liked how the father came out from that. So I thought that was really cool. You can be able to create your own character. You can also just play with the standard ones that the game created for you, which you can do as well. And once you choose, you can be either the male or female, the brother or the sister. I chose to play as the brother, and like I said, I don't like to get into too much story, so I don't know how involved your sibling is, but at the beginning of the game, like, they're still in like cryostasis, so I don't know how much they are into the story, if you get to team up with them or not later in the game. I don't know. And I also wouldn't want to ruin any story, because guys, like, I don't like ruining story for people. I like people to discover stuff on their own. So I just give you guys a general idea of what the story is like, just a basic, like, bare bones outline of the game and that kind of stuff and what's going on in it. I love that this game is packed with all kinds of side quests and missions and stuff to do. You have your main story, the overall of, like, trying to help create this new universe and discovering, new ruins and stuff there, and discovering what's wrong with this Andromeda galaxy. You do encounter this new race of aliens called the Ket, who are like hostile when you first meet them. And then I did read that there are a few other alien races you will meet in this game. Of course, there are some returning ones that come with you, like the Krogan, which I really like the Krogan. They're a really cool race. They're the reptilian guys. There's also Solarians. There's the Asari, which are like blue people. And there's also, I think they're called the Turians, if I can remember their freaking names. But a lot of the classic races from the Mass Effect trilogy return in this, plus you have some new ones, so I really like that aspect. I really wish you could have played as one of the other races. Like, I wish you could have decided to play as a Krogan, because I would have loved to play as a Krogan, because I love the Krogan race, which is really cool. Now, I do know you can play them in the co-op multiplayer mode, but not in the actual story campaigns, which is kind of disappointing. However, I do know that you can recruit different characters. You start off with 2 in the beginning of the game, but as you play through the game, you actually can unlock other characters that you can put in your party, which I do like, which is awesome. And like I said, I'm talking about, you have the main story, but you also have a bunch of side quests that you can do, side missions to explore and do, which I love. You also have RPG elements just like you did in the original Mass Effect trilogy. So, as you fight things and do certain stuff in the game, you actually start leveling up. You get XP and stuff, and then you can use that when you level up with skill points, and you can level up your character, and you can specialize in different classes. You can be like, a combat specialist. You can use your biotic specials. You could be kind of like more of a stealth person. So I do like that you can actually play the game the way you want to, and adjust your tactics and stuff to enemies, and specialize in different classes. So that has returned from the previous Mass Effect games as well, which is great. I like that aspect to the game. I also love that there's a variety of weapons to choose from. You got your handguns, you got your shotguns, you got sniper rifles, assault rifles, etc. You also have melee weapon you can use, so if characters get too close to your enemies and stuff, you can actually melee them, which I found very useful. You have different difficulty settings in this game, and the harder difficulty you play as, the tougher the enemies are. And you can't just, go Rambo on everybody and run around and just storm 20 guys that are shooting it, because you will die, especially if you play in the harder level difficulty. If you play for the easier ones, it'll be a lot easier, of course. But if you play in the harder one, it's a lot more difficult, and you have to start being tactical and stuff. I do like that you don't have to play alone. You always have characters with you that are in your party, and you can actually command them to, like, you can send one person over this way, one person over that way, and have them defend an area so you can, like, flank enemies and stuff. So I do like that. You have the ability to play the game a little bit differently. You can be, different tactics and stuff, which is great. Love exploring the new galaxy here. It's great. And there's another alien race that you're trying to uncover secrets about, which I like. And just overall, I'm just having a blast with Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm so glad I gave it a chance. So definitely, if you guys are a fan of the original trilogy, pick up a copy of Mass Effect Andromeda and play it. And like I said, you don't even have to worry about if you haven't beat the original trilogy like myself. I still have to finish beating number 2. I think I'm about halfway done with that game. Nothing in the original trilogy will affect anything in this game, because this takes like 600 years after that. So you don't have to worry about, like, oh god, I don't know the story for it, and you don't have to worry about it, because this game's set off on its own adventure and everything, since it's in another galaxy and it's 600 years after the original trilogy. But definitely give it a try. Mass Effect Andromeda is awesome, and I'm loving it, and I'm glad that I gave it a chance, and I definitely think you guys should too. Next up, here we got one of my favorite top-down isometric action RPGs for the Xbox One, and that is a copy here is Titan Quest, which I love this game. Now, this is an old 2006 PC game that they actually ported to Xbox One, PS4, and the Nintendo Switch. I actually own it on all 3 consoles. Now, I played on Xbox One, I played on my Nintendo Switch, but I mostly play it on my Xbox One. And I've been playing this now for a couple years, and I love this game. Now, this one version comes packed with the Immortal Thrones DLC right on the disc and everything. However, I did learn that they have actually released 2 DLC expansion packs for the PC version, and they also put them on the Xbox Microsoft freaking Xbox Live store, and also the PSN store, so you can, and the Nintendo eShop. You can actually download those 2 expansion packs. They're both $20 each. Add a lot of content to the game, new enemies to fight, and characters and stuff to play as. So that's definitely really cool. I love that it's the top-down isometric RPGs, just like that plays like the Diablo and your Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, and Champions of Nora type of games. I love those kind of games, and I can't get enough of them. And I'm glad that they actually ported this game to consoles, because it's really fun, having a blast with it. You can play different kind of characters. I love to play as a mage. I've always been a big fan of wizards and magic characters and stuff, and so is my dad. He's always like that too. And so that's how I always play as a character than that, and that's what I get to play in this game. Of course, you can play as like a warrior character if you want to, or a rogue character, you know, the ones with the bows and arrows and stealth and stuff. So you can play the character that you like. And this has a Greek setting, you know, fighting different Greek monsters and stuff. And here, I'll give you guys a little thing, because it's been a while since I shared this game. Let's see. Set in ancient Greece, Egypt, and Asia. So there's actually some more areas too, besides just Greece. But it says, the Titans have escaped their eternal prison, wreaking havoc upon the earth. The gods seek a hero who can turn the tide in an epic struggle that will determine the fate of both men and gods. Are you ready for the quest? So that's really cool. So you're fighting these evil Titans and all the creatures that they have unleashed on the world. And there's a variety of enemies to fight in the game, which I really like. You also have, depending on your classifications and the skills that you unlock for your characters, because you do level up in this game like other ones, and you can, you know, put skill points into stuff. And one of the things you do is you can actually summon pets and stuff in the game. I actually have two that I can do, a golem and a lich. And I always go into combat and always have those two with me at all times, because they help me in combat, especially as I've been getting further in the story. The game has been getting more difficult and tougher, and having them has really helped me, because there's been some real tight spots where I almost died. And thank God I ran, you know, I was able to run around, and those pets were helping me destroy the enemies and made it a little easier for me, which is great. I am looking forward to buying those 2 expansion packs here pretty soon, as I would like to continue my story once I beat the main game, which I'm actually on the second of the 3 things. Like, I beat the Greece area, and now I'm in Egypt, and eventually I get to go to the to Asia, and you get to fight that area. I love that the music is actually different in all 3 different regions, which is great. So I'm really looking forward to checking out that the music from Asia, you know, like Oriental music and stuff, and I know that's in the game, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. I do like that this has the main stories, but it also has some side quests that you can actually do. And if you don't complete the side quests, and if you know, before you progress certain parts of the main quest, you know, you actually can miss those, and you have to start a whole new game over, which is really cool. Another cool aspect of this game is you actually can play couch co-op now. As when this game first launched on the Xbox One, PS4 and stuff, they didn't have that, but they had a big update that fixed graphical glitches and issues, and they added local co-op. But you can also play this on Xbox Live, 6 people at total, which is pretty cool. I can only imagine how fun that would be to play this with 6 people, you know, yourself and 5 others, and have 6 of you play in the game. You know, definitely would be kind of interesting and neat to check out. I mean, I don't even know if anybody plays this game online anymore, since it's an older game, but definitely would be cool. Definitely think you guys should check out Titan Quest, especially if you're fans of top-down isometric action RPGs like I am, that play like Diablo. You'll be right at home with this game. Plus, like I said, there's 2 more DLCs you can download for the game to really expand and give you tons and tons of hours to play this game. Wonderful game. Think you guys should check out. And the last one here, another isometric action RPG game, is Victor Vran, and this is the Overkill Edition, which is supposed to include the Fractured Worlds and in the Motorhead Through the Ages DLC. However, I cannot get it to work on my Xbox One. I found out that it was actually glitched a few years ago, and they were supposed to have it fixed to where you could re-download, but right now, for me, it's still been glitched. It's kind of sad, because I'm really enjoying this game. You know, I didn't know much about it. It just looked kind of cool. I actually got it for free from Xbox Live Gold, but I wanted to get my own physical copy, because I like to have physical copies of games that are in my collection if I can get them. And this is one I got, and so I'm a little disappointed. I'm hoping somehow we can get this, I can get the DLC access to it, because it's really cool. I really like the character Victor Vran. He kind of reminds me of like a Van Helsing character, if you can see him here. Fights evil creatures and stuff. And he's actually voiced by the same guy who did the voice of Geralt in the Witcher series. So you'll hear his voice, and he just fits perfect for the character. There's other voice actors in the game that they also do a great job. I like the voice actors they chose for the game. And again, this is another one of those fun top-down action RPGs, just like Titan Quest I just shared with you guys, and your Diablo and stuff, and it's just awesome. So you actually have, you know, swords, you've got axes, but you also can use guns and like little like handguns and like muskets and stuff. So you actually have guns you can use in this game, which is pretty cool. Great way to dispatch enemies, bows and arrows and stuff like that. Like, it's just awesome and a really good game. I'll give you guys a little here about the back. It says, become a victor, hunter of demons. Forge your own hero on a quest to liberate the cursed city of Zagaravia. Change how you play at any moment, even in the heat of battle, so that's kind of neat. Modify your demon-slaying loadout as you dodge deadly attacks, leap from towering locations, and take on hordes of hideous beasts and cunning boss monsters, which is awesome. I also did get this exclusive trooper outfit that came with this copy of game, that plays a certain way. I actually picked the outfit that looks like this one, and I can't remember what the name of the class is now, but I do like it, and I like the way he looks here. Like I said, he reminds me of Van Helsing, which is awesome, and I'm just having a blast with this game. The music too is just phenomenal. I love the music they chose for this game. It's done really well. Like, I like it enough that I'll just listen to it on a playlist on my computer while I'm doing something else, and go on YouTube and stuff and listen to it. Like, I just like it that much. It's done really well. Like, the combat in the game is as well. I haven't really noticed too much slowdown. You know, they have patched this game a few times, and it's just a really fun game. This one you can play locally, 1 to 2 players, but if you played it online, Xbox Live, you actually can play it with up to 4 characters. However, I can't get my game to connect online, so I don't know if the servers have been shut down or if there's a server issue. That might be related to why I can't get the DLC. But I don't know. Here in 2021, I just can't get it to connect to online, which kind of sucks. Like I said, I would love to have these 2 extra DLCs to go through, because you can buy them on the marketplace for $12 each, or you can buy this version digitally for $40, but I don't really want to have to spend any more money, so I already bought this one, and it's supposed to have the content on there, so it's kind of disappointing, but it just was a glitch that the developers said were on the discs, but they were supposed to have it patched, but like I said, so far I've not had any luck with it. Hopefully, you know, I can hear in the future about it. You know, I might even contact Microsoft about it. Maybe they can just give me like codes to download the 2 expansion packs, since I can't get it on the disc, which I hope that would be something that we can do. Maybe I can even contact the developers on Facebook or something and see about that. But definitely give Victor Vran a try. Wonderful game. It's a cheap, like a $10 game. You can also get it on the PS4, and I'm pretty sure that's also on PC. But definitely worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of those isometric RPGs like I am. Fantastic game. As always, guys, we'll do our quick little recap. I talked about Mass Effect Andromeda. This is a wonderful game that, you know, in the Mass Effect series, plays just like the previous 3 games. However, it is set in its own time, you know, 600 years after the original, so you don't have to worry about knowing any story, anything from the previous ones. You can just play this one, and you'll be fine. Have your classic races like the Krogans, the Turians and stuff, the Asari, all return from the original Mass Effect trilogy, as well as some new ones like the Cat and a few other ones. Worth playing. It's a fun game. If you like the previous Mass Effect games, give Mass Effect Andromeda a try. You will be pleasantly surprised, especially now that they have it patched. You know, they fixed a lot of the issues that others have mentioned when the game first launched. Definitely worth checking out. We also talked about Titan Quest. It's a fun isometric action RPG. You get to play, fight Greek monsters, but you also get to fight in Egypt and also in Asia, so you have a variety of enemies to fight through. You have the main story to go through, you have side quests and stuff, and it's just overall a really fun game I think you guys should check out. And then we also talked about Victor Vran, another top-down action RPG that I had fun with. That's great. You get to play with a guy that reminds me of Van Helsing. He's a demon slayer and fights all kinds of creatures. You got your skeletons, spiders, and all kinds of stuff. And you also can play as a variety of different kind of classifications for Victor Vran, and different outfits and stuff to wear, which is awesome. Changes appearance, also changes his stats. Definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of these games like I am. So let me know if you guys have played these 3 games. You know, like I said, it's been on a big Xbox One kick lately, and I've just got so many more Xbox One games to play through, and these 3 are ones I'm loving. So let me know your guys' thoughts on these games, your opinions on them. I'd love to hear what games you guys have been playing, and if you have any recommendations on a title you think I should check out, please let me know, as you guys always recommend really fun games, and I really appreciate it. Take care, have a wonderful day, and Sleepy will see you guys next time.